so-called flying saucers.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. It's rotating.
Kill the stigma here. Look, I'm gonna teach you something really cool today that most people don't know about. So stick up, you're gonna wanna see this. I got documentation evidence that the government did this, and it's studying abductions, studying experiencers and all that. Okay, so this is what triggered this. Dr. Phil pissed me off today. He's like, oh, stories were incredible back in the 60s, 70s, 80s. You had people talking about alien abductions, even alien babies. Well, guess what? I'm just going to say something about this. Oh, he mentioned the anally probed. Mentioned the people fishing, the two guys were fishing. That was the 1973 Pascagoula incident. And that's a good case, by the way. It's just really strange. But he should look into that. And he should also know, since he's getting all access to the government files, that there's these freaking documents that no one talks about. Let me show you. But before I do, this is about alien abductions, about OSAP, and the confusion about ATIP was there too, and what they were looking into. And they were looking into radiation burns, experiencers, missing babies, alien babies, basically hybrids, women that would get pregnant, lose their baby in their first trimester. So, did the government look at this? Yes, they did.
Frankly, a lot of the reports that were in the media in the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s were non-credible reports. I mean, guys too drunk to fish, they're standing down there on the nose of the bass boat or beside the lake, said they were alien abducted, anally probed, and they just weren't credible witnesses. And there have been hoax after hoax after hoax. I think there's even been stories of alien babies with Oprah, and oh my God. And so we know there have been hoaxes. We know there have been actual weather balloons that were identified as UFOs, et cetera, et cetera.
So there you go, UFOs, of radiation burns, and unaccounted pregnancies, new Pentagon report claims. 1,500 pages of UFO files. Then you have here the lore of the missing fetus syndrome, where women lose their baby in the first trimester, and this goes very well with alien abductions. And if you look up missing fetus syndrome, it actually is a thing that happens where it's just gone. It just disappears one day. And he brought up the anal probe. Who freaking would grift about that? And like that's something cool to say. It's embarrassing. It's traumatic. So yeah, Dr. Phil doesn't understand that this topic got stigmatized, and that's why those stories weren't taken as credible. But look, the government was looking into this, and the reason they brought that up in 2022 and nobody knows or talks about this anymore was because it was a counter move against Elizondo, which now he's the king of disclosure. Literally, he's like advising the White House on what to disclose, what not to. So it's almost like Elizondo won the war with the Trump administration. With the Biden administration, they were all against him. Like, he was not, he had a lot of enemies and they were going after him. And now that's changed. And the reason they did that was because in 2022, they wanted this topic to lose credibility. So they intentionally, Susan Goth, or whatever her name is, released these files to the Sun. The Sun, they gave them a Freedom of Information Act, which is a tabloid, and they gave it to them, that story to them. And it was like when people were starting to take UFOs a little bit seriously, but it was right after the UAP task force was done. AOIMSG started, who then became ARROW, and they basically used that move to talk about alien babies, hybrids, which is a big no-no. Hybrids, that was Tom DeLonge got told, nope, we don't talk about that. Jason Somoza has done some good work on that, by the way. And that's what they wanted to do. So people were like, oh, this is insane, this is crazy. These people that were doing the OSUP and all that, like looking into this, they're freaking insane. So that was their tactic back in 2022. But the government did look at this, and there are files, Dr. Phil. And yeah, I just don't, I don't appreciate this stigma. Like, honestly, what's the expectation? Like, what are we supposed to just stay in videos and seeing cool videos of UFOs doing 5 observables? That's it? And that we're not alone? Is that it? I was listening to Andy from that UFO podcast in Psychoactivo, and I can tell that. Oh, by the way, I love both of those guys, and I've talked to them, both of them, privately. I was on Andy's show once, and as a listener, not as a guest, but I respect them a lot. But you know, it's like, what are these things doing? That's what I want to know. I know they're out there. And if you dig into that, you're going to find a lot of patterns. And the abductions, the radiation burns, the freaking missing babies, that was all a thing. It doesn't get talked about anymore. I don't know if it's because it's not happening, or it's because after 2017, they're like, nope. Like hybrids, no one's talking about that. Except Jason Somoza. But like literally, dude, like, what are you... Well, you think it's going to stay all rational? No, it's going to get weird. Anyways, just a reaction, because it's bullshit. And the documents are there. Look it up. The Sun, April 2022 is when that happened. The pattern you'll find is the cattle mutilations, but more to what we can learn that goes deeper is people that experience this have apocalyptic visions, climate change, like the world burning, kind of like has been the last few days. It's good now, but it's been so smoky. You know, earthquakes, nuclear war, World War III. Apocalyptic visions is another pattern. Like, okay, man, like one person reporting that, cuckoo, fine. 2, okay. But you know how many people have reported that? You can say, oh yeah, they got on the bandwagon just because they want attention. Dude, you can't ignore thousands of people. And those are the patterns that are there. So, yeah.